Привет, товарищи! Welcome to my Master Sky. Today I have a very amazing product to show you. It's the cold steel Bushman. Now this knife gets its interesting name from the Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert, which is in Africa. All of this is going to be in the description down below. Now ahead of time, I'm going to go ahead and apologize. This knife is not brand new. This knife I have already went and tested. That way I'm not wasting your guys' time. On the outside, we have the sheath. The sheath comes with a very big pocket. And it's big enough to have an Altoids survival can in there. The knife itself is 12¼ inches. And now let me get into the details about it. But the sheath, it's okay. It has a very nice tight lockup. You're not going to lose your blade in this sheath. But it's not that impressive, honestly. It's just regular nylon with a couple of rivets in it. Yeah, it's a little bit enforced. It has a big pocket, yeah. But the stitching doesn't impress me, so sorry about that. This knife is made from a single steel stamping. And then they take the stamping and they roll it into a handle, weld it, and then they sand it, and then they paint it. So you get a nice hollow handle. Now with the hollow handle, you can either A, do what I do and make a spear out of it. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Or you can actually put your survival gear inside the handle. Just make sure it doesn't fall out the front or the back. Put a cork or a plug or something to keep that safe. The knife does at the very bottom have a hole drilled into it. Now let me show you a couple of cutting tests. And keep in mind, this is after I've beat up this knife and I've used it outside a couple of times. It's still sharp. Okay, what I have here is my Bushman knife, and I have an old belt that I don't need anymore. Next, I'm going to take this belt, double it up like this, and add a third piece in the middle like this. And now I'm going to attempt to cut 3 pieces of leather. Let's see if I got it or not. Yep. In a single pass, I got it. Now, of course, I applied a little bit of pressure, but this goes to show you how sharp this is out of the box. How crazy was that? Let me do it again. If you guys notice, it has somewhat of a wide top here, so perhaps we can use it as a chisel. Let's find out. I'm going to put the knife here and use my hammer. As you guys can see, it cut very cleanly into the side of the wood. Now let's take a look at the blade itself. As I move the knife, you guys can kind of see where the wood kind of scratched the paint. But overall, the knife still looks very good. And the top, where I hammered it, very, very negligible as far as what it is. Yep. Now on the scales, it comes in as 0.25 kilograms, 8 ounces, or a little over half a pound. It's not the heaviest thing in the world, so not the best chopper overall. You can use it as a chopper. Maybe get some leverage, use it like a machete. But it's not a heavy knife, so it's not the best chopper. As a camp knife, this is exactly what you want. Now let's go outside and I'll show you how to make a spear. Now remember, safety is paramount. So to keep it safe, don't touch the blade, of course. But we're going to add a little wood screw in this little hole. And we're going to attach the knife to the stick. That way, there's no chance of it coming off and hitting something else that you don't want to hit. It's a very simple modification, and you can actually keep a little wood screw in the front pocket of that sheath. Look, that looks like it belongs there actually, look. Okay, now we're going to try some spearing action. You see that? I knocked out that piece of firewood. You guys aren't gonna believe this.
So I hit a piece of wood and it went further, and I don't know if you guys can see it. It's actually still attached to the other side. Let me show you the other. And that is how lethal it is. It went in probably a good 3/4 of an inch inside this wood, and the wood didn't even offer any kind of resistance because it kind of just simply slid out. But look at this. You have plenty of good range, and I say range by like 10-15 feet tops. But then you have all this thrust that you can put into this spear, the short spear, and you can get all kinds of decent penetration like that. This is very nice. I'm actually surprised how well it's doing. My overall assessment of this Bushman knife is that it's quite good. And for $25, you can't beat it. It comes sharpened from the factory. So what if it's made in China? This is legitimate sharp knife. It's very durable. As you can see, this is one-piece construction with stamped metal folded over and welded, and then it's been finished. Then with a simple wood screw like this and a piece of branch or something, you can turn this into a spear. Basically, if you're a survivalist on a budget, this knife is for you. KGB Survivalist approved. So what did you guys think? I'm not a Bushman or not even a spearman, but it's beginning to grow on me. I think with a little bit more practice I can throw it farther and more accurately. But overall I'm very surprised with what it can do. Again, I cannot stress this enough. For a budget knife, this is excellent. This has met and exceeded my expectations for this knife. If you guys like this type of videos, go ahead and like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching, and until next time. Прикинь, а если африканцы еще находятся с этим?